Okay. I think I'm unmuted. I can't see myself, so I'm just going to talk into a computer and assume that people are there, which is sort of what happens nowadays, isn't it? Thank you for putting this on. This is a really exciting, beautiful event that I'm really happy to be part of. And yeah, my book comes out today. It's nice, isn't it? He puts out nice books that Aaron from Broken Sleep Books. I'm going to do a little bit from my show, which is all about cassette tapes, and it's all about these things. And it starts off with kind of the story of how I was unexpectedly put in a position where I had to be reunited with my old tape collection from the 1990s. I used to love making old tapes when I was little, when I was like a teenager in 1997. I think probably the best thing to do is to read through the first few pages of this beautifully put together pamphlet, and maybe talk a little bit about it at the end. Hope you've all got a nice glass of wine or a nice cup of tea. It starts off in a pub. So this was written pre-pandemic, pre-lockdown. Throughout the story, there's lots of mentions of pubs. So I think it's important to mention this is when you can just go to a pub and it was normal. It wasn't anxiety inducing. Okay, here we go. We were in a pub, a big group of us at a table, crisps and real ale, and telling stories and telling jokes. And should we get more crisps? Absolutely. He was friendly. The bloke I had a wee next to at the urinal, wearing an Idols t-shirt. Good pub this, we both agreed. But then back at the big table after a couple more beers and exchanging life updates, we started talking about the news, and we all admitted we're starting to get a bit scared now. How bad was this going to get? I can't remember it being like this. It's hard to understand what was going on in the news, even though I listened to the New Statesman podcast, which is really good. But when every episode finishes, I think, yeah, I haven't retained any of that. But even though the world felt so horrible, I was actually feeling pretty good about things. I'd started seeing someone new, which doesn't happen often. And even though I was worried it wouldn't work out, I thought, let's see how it goes. That's what I say about things now. Let's see how it goes. Sometimes I'll look at my friends and I think, yeah, we are all getting really old now. That's what I used to worry about more than anything. But now that it was happening, it didn't seem to matter so much. Look at them. My adorable, chubby, middle-aged friends. I slept on all of their settees. I'm getting older. It's really hard. I guess my sister doesn't realize how rapidly her baby grows, but I see it on her WhatsApp photos. He's so beautiful in so many different ways, my tiny nephew, who has the same name as my boss. And it's been much easier at work since I've been talking to them in the same way. You are tired. That's why you're so grumpy. Would you like some banana? Don't get any on your tummy. Have you been up crying all night again? Your poor parents. One morning I was driving to work, and on my last few journeys, I thought, this car definitely doesn't feel right. I should get this checked out. But I never got round to it. But then all of the warning lights came on, and I completely lost power. The car completely stopped. Cars had to indicate to go round me. I had my bonnet up, hazards on. I was sat in the front seat, completely distraught. I didn't know what to do. You know, when something is entirely your responsibility and you don't know what to do about it. I just sat there, devastated, confused. I don't know much about cars, but they felt bad. But after about 10 minutes, another car pulled up behind me. And this man got out and he asked if I was okay. And I said, no, not really. He said, I don't know much about cars, which isn't exactly what I wanted him to say. But he helped me push it to the side of the road so it was out of the way. And he waited with me while I phoned for the RAC. He said the same thing had happened to him a few months ago. He'd been driving across the north coast of Scotland on his own, and his car broke down. He had no mobile phone. It was the middle of the night. He didn't have a clue what to do, but someone tapped on his window, said, "You look like you might need a hand." He said, "It's scary, isn't it?" And when the RAC man arrived, he went through my options, but he said, "Look, I've been a mechanic for 35 years. Your car's not going to survive this." He looked at the mileage and he said, "You've done well. Most cars don't get anything like the miles you've done." So later that afternoon, the car was scrapped. My beautiful Fiesta that had never even had a puncture before. I was devastated, but something within me that day was revived because of this stranger who had seen someone wasn't okay and checked in on them and was in no rush to drive away. I drive a lot with my job. I'm a support worker for adults who have learning disabilities. I go from house to house, helping people who need help. It's a good job. It's minimum wage, but I like it. And I write things too. Half my life, I'm a support worker, the other half, writing. I'm always in my car or at my desk. Okay, I don't want to go on for too long, so I feel like that is a nice place to end it. The rest of the book that you can buy through Broken Sleep Books explores how, because my car broke down and had to be scrapped, I then had to get a new car that only played tapes. And I was reunited with my old tape collection with some sort of unusual results. But thank you if you've been listening, and thank you to Aaron for putting this book out.